This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 819, The World Guardian's Path. Enjoy.
Besides these amazing design insights, we got a few questions from listeners, more
Sure.
about the lore in this quest. So, we got a question from Probably Writing asking, how long was the whole thing with the Temple Knights on the boil, and how many of the Order ended up yeeting away with Zaros?
How long it is a while now. My development ethos is to seed as much lore as possible and then come back to it if it's useful. So my favorite place to seed lore that might be useful in the future is obviously RuneFest Lore Talks. So we first brought up the possibility of that in a RuneFest Lore Talk 4 years ago now, something like that. But it was not at the time a plan in the sense that it was inevitably definitely going to happen. It was more, here is an option we have on the table, should it be useful? The time that we decided it was definitely going to happen, I guess, is probably about 1.5 years ago, something like that.
Quite long now.
Yes, something like that. What was the second half of the question?
How many of the
Temple Knights?
Yeah.
The way I've been phrasing it is most of the Temple Knights and a few of the White Knights.
Interesting. And
I don't want to give a specific percentage or a specific number because obviously that doesn't really help, but it's most of them. There's a few Temple Knights that remain, not just Certifi, but not very many of them. And then also a few White Knights went along with the Zarosians as well.
And kind of tangentially related, and we touched on this on our episode, were the Temple Knights the Inquisitors in the Writing on the Wall mystery?
Sorry?
Were the Temple Knights the Inquisitors mentioned on the archaeology Writing on the Wall mystery?
That they do fit the bill quite well.
They do.
But I think you may have to wait for upcoming content to get confirmation of that.
All right. That question was from Probably Writing. Next one's from Miss Alaska. Is there a specific reason the light and shadow voices have made an appearance in the adventurer's head now rather than earlier or later? And on the quest in general, is there a line of dialogue? And on the quest in general, is there a line of dialogue that sticks out for you as a favorite?
I'm trying to remember one. Hang on. Sorry. So the question about the light and shadow voices. Yes, there is a reason, but explaining what it is would require explaining too much about what they actually are.
Interesting.
Oh, mysterious. I like it.
And the wheels are starting to turn in the lore listener's head and in the clan quester's heads hearing this. So this is perfect.
So yes, but also I'm not going to tell you.
All right.
Is there a line of dialogue that sticks out favour? Oh, that's hard. Oh, yes. I have an anecdote.
Sure.
So Surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
So he talks. If you want to know what he actually sounds like, he talks like General Melchett from Blackadder Goes Forth. So he kind of goes, I run the Temple Knights, don't you know? That's how he sounds, and I'm looking. Hopefully, we're going to do like a fully voice acted live stream at some point.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
To voice acting him, and the joke that he speaks the same as a human as he does as a demon is obviously one of my favorites. But he didn't originally talk like that. In my first draft of the dialogue, he was a Cockney, and Mod Raven didn't like it. He thought it detracted a little bit, and it wasn't quite the right voice for him.
I'm just imagining you two in the discussion on this.
Yeah. He's going, I'm not sure he works as a Cockney. I'm like, how about General Melchett then? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, all right. So I rewrote the dialogue as General Melchett and just took out all the Cockneyisms and put in ridiculous English aristocratisms instead. And anyway, but there was one line that came out worse as a result of that. I can't remember what the updated line of it was, but he says when he's talking to Sir Owen, and he says. You've always had that feeling of like there's someone behind the scenes controlling everything, and Sir Owen goes yes, and he goes, well, it's only me, isn't it? A bit of a wheeze, and it's an okay line, but the original version of that, which was in Cockney, was he goes, it's only bloody me, isn't it? I like that so much. That's my favourite line of the quest, isn't. But yeah, overall the character does work better as General Melchett, and Raven was right. It's pretty.
And
funny.
You guys also said on a live stream there was a removed Eminem lyric in the quest. Do you want to share what that was?
Yes, it seems obvious to me, but no one has suggested. It was when the shadow voices and the light voices are talking, and the shadow voices were your conscience. He says, "These voices, I hear them quoting Eminem's "Guilty Conscience," of course, which is literally about two voices talking in your head, a good voice and a bad voice. But yeah, people suggested loads of good suggestions for things the Shadow Voice could have said that were Eminem lyrics. So I think he could probably speak entirely in Eminem lyrics if he wanted.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no,
sometimes it's such a shame that the game is not voice acted.
Yeah.
You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.